It's kind of weird how you can be in a big city surrounded by people but still feel completely alone. I've been feeling lonely, but also like content in the loneliness. Like I've been feeling good just observing people, but sometimes as I wander this world, I realize how hard it is to really make a connection sometimes. So many people are very closed off, and especially young people around my age. People my age are rare in this world, in Chicago especially. They're rare. It's rare to find someone who's my age who really feels like they relate to me or that they would understand me or that they would like me. And even though, you know, I know I'm a likable person, I have a lot of charisma, I have a lot of social skills, I have a lot of great friends. Still, the world itself, the society itself, is so cold and so, I don't know, not for humans. This is especially true with love, you know? I've been looking for love. I'm single right now. I'm not looking for a relationship, but I'm looking for love of all sorts of people. I just want to get to know a bunch of people and talk to a bunch of people, a bunch of strangers. Really, what's going on is there's this disconnect between my fantasy and the reality of life. So, this is the fantasy. I want to go outside and I want to see a really pretty person with cool clothes, cool style, and I want us to like lock eyes and just like start talking about our dreams, about like art, about music, about society, Earth, and then I want to ask him on a date and go on a date, and then you walk down the street and see someone and wave and just they wave back and we both smile and we start conversations with random people on the train. We just kind of spread goodness everywhere. The fantasy, my fantasy life would just be to go outside and to have somewhere I could go that's like full of young people like me and full of creativity in life and connection and people just happy to see me and people happy that are inviting of other people too. Not so closed off, not so exclusive, you know. My fantasy would be if it was acceptable to paint on walls and just be more open and free, more skating, more less cars, way less cars, and just more people like in the street just hanging out and celebrating and starting fires and celebrating. What is my fantasy? My fantasy is to not see as many lonely people on the street, including myself, and everybody has a home they know they can go to, and not only that, but they also have a community place that they know that they could go to talk, to vent, to play, to meet people, to meet their lover, to meet people, to meet people. Not with a phone, just meet people. But like the reality is when I go outside, everyone's like got headphones or their phone or they're going somewhere, they're already with their friends. And everything's just a business. Everything's just you sit down and you order something or you are there for an event or something and there's a lot of homeless people and a lot of couples, happy couples. There's a lot of strangers and people just going through the motions, And that's okay. The reality is more balanced of just practicality reality, it's hard to break through the barrier to get to know another person. And it's rare that I see a person who I feel like I could break that barrier. And when I do find a person that I feel like I could break that barrier, I'm scared to break it and approach them. I think this is my main thing I'm trying to work through, is I'm trying to break that barrier and always talk to that person who I wish I talked to. You know? I also want to help out more. For some reason I'm scared to help out certain people who I know look like they need help. But I want to be the kind of person who just makes sure people are alright more. And just is like, hey man, you alright? Like, you need anything? You know? That's another thing that's hard about reality, is that the reality and the optimal reality, they're so far apart. I want to just fix everything. I want everything to be different. And I think it all has to be me who changes everything for sometimes. Because no one else seems like they're doing anything. But I know people are doing a lot. There are a lot of people who are really trying. And they don't get any credit. They don't get any attention, really. They just do it because they need to. And they feel like they have to. And like, I have very high expectations for myself. And sometimes I've just been content not living up to those standards I set for myself. And it's kind of being a normal person, just not approaching every single person, not helping every single person. You know, sometimes it's good for me to just, boom, be there and just observe. But lately it's been kind of a lonely observing of like just watching people. Like, I have really awesome friends and like cool people around me, but like I want to have that same feeling when I just go outside. When I just go outside, it's more of a connected community and more of a friendly and inviting space to just enjoy. Like, my heaven, my fantasy would be to go outside and for there always to be something drawing me in, and for me to have the courage to approach and interact with everybody like one big happy family. That's really the fantasy. I wish everyone was just one big happy family. And like we all just like felt together and we weren't afraid to talk to each other, to crack jokes. Or I feel like everyone is just so like lonely. It rubs off on me, you know. I wish it wasn't like that. I really wish it wasn't like that. In my life, I really want to try to do things to help with this feeling. I want to create events and spaces where people can go, where kids like me do have that opportunity to connect and to meet other people. But sometimes I wish I didn't have to be the one to do it. Sometimes I wish that someone else had already done it for me and I could just go and enjoy myself. But that's what we're going to be building. Right, Sally, baby? But I'm scared of being weird. We caught eyes for a sec. I could see the light in the sex. I think you lit up when I slid by your face. Now I missed my shot for a kiss. I'm scared to shoot. What if I miss? I gotta just fucking jump in. Why am I too good to be cringe? I gotta let go of that